Okay, so I'm on the Canon stand with Dave Parry. Dave, 30 years of EOS. Who would have thought, we were obviously, well, I was certainly a lot younger 30 years ago, but how it's evolved.
It's incredible. It's really how things have changed over the 30 years. A lot has happened, obviously, in that time with the movement from analog or film cameras onto the digital world. We've launched about 100 SLRs in that time, and actually 14 of those SLRs are still current that we have in our lineup. So the EOS range has just grown and grown. It was a big step for us going on to the EF mount from the old FD, which at the time was a very tough thing to do. But it looks like we made the right decision and moving to EF. It's just got stronger and stronger, and I'm really pleased to say here at the photography show we've got 40 different SLRs for people to have a look at here on the stand. We've got more lenses than we've ever had before, all in one place. So there's a lot of things for people to see here. Not to mention some of the old equipment, and as you just saw there, the 1200mm lens.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to fit my backpack, to be brutally honest, but it's one hell of a lens, isn't it? And obviously things have moved on. We've seen the FS STM. The STM lens has come along. We've also obviously seen EFM, and that's really taken a leap from being, something that people weren't looking at to, wow, with the M5. I mean, that's really moved the whole mirrorless, whole market for you on a bit, hasn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, the EOS M, when we first launched the EOS M with the original EOS M back in 2009, the idea of that was to get people into photography or people into Canon who don't normally shoot Canon. So we wanted to make a camera that had amazing image quality but was super simple to use. So that's what we did with the original EOS M. Now for a lot of Canon users, that wasn't the right camera for them because they wanted something more sophisticated, something that they could use manually a lot quicker and this kind of thing. And I'm really hoping that we've made those people happy by giving them the EOS M5, which is a fantastic camera to use. We've got 7 lenses in our lineup now, so we really are starting to grow. And I don't know if you guys have seen it, but we've got the new macro lens with the built-in ring light, which is a fantastic lens to use. And it here is getting a lot of interest actually. People are saying, they've never tried macro photography, but that's inspiring them to shoot, and that's exactly what we want to do.
Yeah, funny enough, actually, I remember because I put it on our website for hire, and I was looking at it. That's a light in it. Very clever idea, but the M5, I've played with one a lot now. I'm a bit biased towards liking the Canon menus. I can do them with my eyeshot, as can quite a lot of people, and so the M5 lends itself very nicely to that. And things like being able to put your eye up to the viewfinder but still using a corner of the screen to be able to do touch focus, those kind of things. It's just one of those cameras that actually went, yes, they got it right.
Well, thank you for that. We've also got the M6 now, don't forget, we've just launched the M6, so we've got the M10, the M6, there's also the M3 still floating around, and then the M5. So I think we've got a nice range there, depending on where you're coming into photography. The M6 is the first chance for people to see it here as well. We've got the 800D and the new 77D. Yeah, the
77D. So talk us through the 77D.
Well, we've got a new sensor inside here, we've got Digic 7 processor, we've got a 45-point all-cross type AF system inside here, which is amazing to have this kind of AF system at this kind of level.
And let's not obviously forget the workhorses at the higher end of the level, 1DX2s, those kind of things. They still continue on, they still probably the slightly unsung heroes, because actually those are the kind of cameras that are really doing the big job for the professionals, but probably don't obviously get the kind of press attention that these do.
They're the workhorses. If you're making money with your photography, things like the 1DX or the 5D Mark IV as well, these are cameras that can do the job. They will deliver on what you need to do. But having the backup of what are we up to, 92 lenses currently, if I remember correctly. So there's a lot of lens choice there with the professional lenses, L series, the macro lenses, we've got the tilt shift lenses. We have a really, really large range, which is great for people to be able to use.
And it's nice to see you're starting to work your way through the favourites, as I call them, and bring out the Mark IIs as you go through. There are some stalwart lenses that people have used for a very long time. It's nice to see the Mark IIs coming through, and I have to say some of them are just super sharp.
Well, what's happened over the last few years is the sensor technology has really come on. When you look at things like the 5DSR and this kind of technology and the new sensors in the 5 and the 1 series, and the glass needs to be able to keep up with that. So we need to make sure that as the new sensors come out, the new glass comes out to be able to keep up with it. It's all got to move up together. There's no point having an amazing sensor if you're going to put glass on there that's generations old and maybe hasn't been serviced in a long, long time. You've got to keep you've got to have the right glass on the right body. So we need to make sure that the workhorse lenses like 24-70, 70-200s, these sort of lenses are top quality. But some of the, even the things like, I mean, this is the new 1855, which has come out, which is very, very small, lightweight 1855. And even the optical quality of this is fantastic, which I sound surprised, but kit lenses aren't renowned for their image quality.
They aren't.
But the optics on this is great. Things like the 18135 as well, optics are beautiful on them. But like I say, it's, the technology moves on.
So we're at 30 years. Where are we going to be in 40 years?
Well, who can say? I mean, the EOS system is still very, very strong. People are still enjoying buying SLRs. The advent of CSC has just made the system grow. There's more people coming into photography. There's more people shooting than ever before. So I'm really excited to see what happens. Not the next 10 years, the next 30 years. Hopefully I'll still be around and we'll be able to see what happens.
I think I might have retired by then. But listen, Dave, thank you as always.
No problem.
Cheers.
No problem.